In West Salem, Wisconsin, the Kendhammer family seemed the very embodiment of small-town American life, where everyone knows your name and neighbors look out for one another. Todd and Barbara Kendhammer had built a quiet, dependable existence over more than 2 decades, raising 2 children and earning the trust and respect of their close-knit community. Todd worked with glass, a steady hand in a skilled trade. Barbara was a beloved school cafeteria worker, known for her warmth and kindness to every child she served. To neighbors, they were the kind of couple you'd wave to on a Sunday morning, steady, familiar, and safe, the sort of people you could count on in a pinch. Their days followed simple routines: work, family dinners, and weekend projects around the house, creating a sense of stability that many admired. Friends recalled their easy partnership, a team that had weathered life's storms together, always seeming to find laughter even in tough times. In a town where reputations are built over years, the Kendhammers seemed unshakable, their good name woven into the fabric of West Salem. No one suspected anything beneath the surface. Life appeared calm, almost idyllic, with nothing out of place. But what really goes on behind closed doors, when the world isn't watching and the lights are low? Sometimes, the most ordinary lives hide the darkest secrets, secrets that can change everything in an instant. And for the Kendhammers, a storm was about to break, one that would shake their world and the entire community to its core. September 16, 2016, began like any other for Todd and Barbara Kendhammer. The sun was just rising, casting a gentle glow over their quiet neighborhood as they stepped out the door, unaware of the tragedy that would soon unfold. They set out together on County Road M, supposedly heading to replace a windshield for a friend. The drive was routine, the kind they'd taken countless times before, with nothing to suggest that this day would be any different from the rest. According to Todd, disaster struck without warning. A metal pipe flew off a passing truck, smashing through the windshield and striking Barbara. In an instant, their ordinary morning turned into a nightmare, the kind that changes lives forever. Todd's frantic 911 call painted a picture of chaos and desperation. His voice trembled as he pleaded for help, struggling to explain the unimaginable scene unfolding before him. First responders found Barbara gravely injured, Todd distraught and covered in blood. The roadside was a flurry of urgent activity as paramedics fought to save her life. She was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. Despite every effort, the injuries were simply too severe. Barbara Kendhammer was pronounced dead that day, leaving behind a family and community in shock. The community mourned, believing it a senseless, random accident. Friends and neighbors gathered, searching for comfort in the face of such sudden loss. Sympathy poured in for Todd, the grieving husband. He was surrounded by support as everyone tried to make sense of the tragedy, but as the shock faded, investigators began to question the story. Something about the details just didn't sit right. The more they looked, the more the details didn't add up. Each new piece of evidence raised more questions than answers. The tragedy was no longer so simple. What began as a heartbreaking accident was now the center of a growing mystery, one that would haunt the community for months to come. Detectives replayed Todd's account of the flying pipe, listening closely to every detail he described, searching for inconsistencies or clues that might have been overlooked in the chaos of the moment. But the evidence told a different story, one that seemed to contradict Todd's version at nearly every turn. The pipe's location near the car seemed suspicious. Its trajectory didn't match Todd's version, raising immediate red flags for the investigators. The windshield's fracture pattern suggested force from inside the car, not outside, as Todd had claimed, making the story even harder to believe. Barbara's injuries were far more severe than a single pipe strike. There were signs of strangulation and multiple blows, indicating a struggle that couldn't be explained by a simple accident. The medical examiner's report contradicted Todd's narrative, providing a detailed account of trauma that pointed to foul play. Todd himself had unexplained scratches, which he blamed on trying to help Barbara, but his explanation didn't satisfy the detectives. To detectives, they looked like defensive wounds, marks left by someone desperately trying to protect themselves. The pieces didn't fit. The pipe, the windshield, the injuries, the husband. None of it added up to the story Todd told. The theory of a freak accident was unraveling, replaced by a growing sense of doubt and suspicion. Investigators saw a jigsaw puzzle where nothing matched, each clue only deepening the mystery. Sympathy was replaced by suspicion, and the community began to question everything they thought they knew. The story was starting to fall apart, unraveling at the seams as new evidence surfaced. The search for the truth intensified as detectives pressed forward, determined to uncover what really happened that night. Investigators dug deeper into the Kendhammers' lives and found a marriage under strain. Financial troubles plagued the family, Todd's business was failing, and debt was mounting. Money, a classic motive, loomed large. But there was more. Todd was seeking affairs, leading a secret life. The image of a devoted husband shattered. Motive became clearer. Unhappiness, betrayal, and a significant life insurance policy on Barbara. Suddenly, her death looked less like an accident and more like a solution. The facade of normalcy was gone. The evidence pointed to a calculated act, not a random tragedy. The investigation had reached a turning point. Forensic science became the prosecution's key weapon. Glass experts found the windshield was broken from the inside out, contradicting Todd's story. Barbara's injuries showed signs of a violent, deliberate assault. Multiple blows and strangulation, not a single impact. Blood spatter analysis revealed the attack happened inside the car, not from a flying object. The pipe itself had little of Barbara's DNA. Odd, if it had caused her fatal wounds. The evidence suggested the scene was staged. The physical facts dismantled Todd's narrative piece by piece. Science told a story of proximity and violence, not a freak accident. The prosecution's case grew stronger with every forensic detail. The truth was written in glass, blood, and bruises. The evidence was overwhelming. The lie was exposed. The case was ready for trial. Todd Kendhammer was arrested and charged with his wife's murder. The trial divided the community. Prosecution argued motive, science, and deception. The defense insisted on Todd's innocence and a tragic accident. Todd and Barbara's children stood by their father, adding emotional weight to the defense. The prosecution presented forensic evidence, financial records, and details of Todd's secret life. The defense attacked the investigation, claiming tunnel vision and unreliable science. The jury faced a stark choice: grieving husband or cunning killer. After weeks of testimony, they reached a verdict. Todd Kendhammer was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide. The verdict stunned his supporters and validated the investigators' doubts. Justice, the prosecution argued, had been served. But the story was far from over. Todd Kendhammer received a life sentence, but the verdict brought little peace. For the prosecution, the case was closed, a murderer behind bars. For the family, it was devastation, a mother lost to violence, a father to prison. Todd's children maintained his innocence, deepening the family's pain and division. Appeals followed, keeping the wounds open and the story alive in the community. The town remained split, haunted by the tragedy. The legal battle continued, prolonging the agony for everyone involved. Barbara's memory became a battleground for competing versions of justice. The case left a scar on West Salem, a reminder of how little we sometimes know about those closest to us. The emotional aftermath rippled far beyond the courtroom. The Kendhammer case is a chilling lesson in the gap between appearance and reality. On the surface, Todd and Barbara seemed the perfect couple, but beneath lay financial desperation and betrayal. The case shows that danger can come from the people we trust most. Investigators' skepticism and attention to detail unraveled the lie, proving the importance of questioning the obvious. Forensic science gave Barbara a voice when she could no longer speak. The evidence exposed a carefully staged crime, not a tragic accident. The story is a cautionary tale. We never truly know what happens behind closed doors. The tragedy shattered a family and a community, forcing everyone to confront uncomfortable truths. Sometimes, the monsters look just like us, neighbors, friends, even spouses. And that is the most chilling truth of all.